Jeez, it is freezing. Today, I am in Morecambe. So, I'm in sunny Morecambe. The sun has finally come out because it was a little bit rainy this morning, and yes, I do look like a fisherman. That was slightly unintentional. However, in Morecambe, a seaside town resort, we've got a little bit of a story to tell. I mean, the story, I guess, about Morecambe is sort of trials and tribulations of a small club. They are sort of key to their local community. They represent Morecambe. It's a fairly small population. They have one of the lowest attendances in the Football League. You know, they've been messed around. They had a sort of a bogus owner who left them in the lurch, and there was periods of time where the players, the manager didn't have money, they weren't getting paid. They've had transfer embargoes because of that. They've been unable to buy players and really just making do on the resource that they have. But actually what it shows is actually when people come together and you've got unity at the club and the fans are sort of supporting the club through thick and thin, you can still really make a success of it. Pleasureland apparently. Maybe one for me later. On that note, I'm going to head over to the ground, catch up with the clubs and the fans, maybe catch up with some of the officials as well, find out a bit about Morecambe on a match day. So fingers crossed we're going to have a good game. Let's head over to the stadium. As always, before kick-off, I'm going to use my trusty OneFootball app to check out the starting lineups. Morecambe are actually in League 2, and they are currently 21st in the league. They're playing Forest Green Rovers today, who are actually 7th in the league. Recent form for Morecambe's not been great, coming off the back of a couple of defeats, and in the last 5, 2 wins, so they'll be hoping for a good game today against Forest Green. I'm actually going to be heading into the ground now to meet up with Kevin Ellison, who has openly discussed his own experiences with mental health and depression in the past. And actually, because of the app, I can actually check out Kevin's stats. And Kevin's got 6 goals this season. He's actually chasing down 100 goals in his career. Might be a bit of a push to get that this year, but however, maybe one more season if he continues playing next season, he'll be able to hit that landmark.
I wouldn't swap it for anything. I've worked as well before I played full-time football, so I know that there is pros and cons to everything, but I wouldn't swap it for anything in the world. I see it as a hobby, not a job. I'm lucky enough to get paid for what I do, but at the same time, I think it was football that played a major part of me going into my dark times as well. Putting a bit too much pressure on myself, wanting to do so well, and other stuff around football, I think it did affect me.
I think generally football fans, including myself, we sometimes forget that football players are actually people with emotions. We think almost like football players are robots and they just go on the pitch and they just compete.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you say, you've touched the nail on the head there. We are humans, we're not robots. We're vulnerable like most people. We've all got feelings. I paid for it because I lost obviously the mother of my kids, but if you'd have asked me back then, I'd lose a few people in my life, which I have done, but I've gained myself again. Yeah, I'd have took that, but as you say, I think everyone sees always a football, and but they don't realise the pressures that do obviously come with that. And
what kind of support network did you have around you, and did you have organisations like Calm that were there to help you, or did you kind of find your own way through?
No, I'll be honest, I found my own way. I think that's why I suffered for, I think it was 8 years I think I suffered, and I found my own way of getting help, and it wasn't until I come out the other side and I spoke out that all of a sudden I find these other, obviously social media, these sites and these brilliant things that can help you out when you're in your dark time. I didn't know at the time, which would have I reached out, I probably wouldn't have, because you're in fear of judgment and what people think here. There's me meant to be a macho footballer, but yeah, I've got feelings, I'm vulnerable, and I didn't really seek help when I really needed it.
Well, it's a heightened reflection of society where us blokes, we don't want to say when we've got issues, we're a bit too macho for our own good, and I think that's just generally with men in total, and we don't want to ask our friends, how you're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I think I found that. I think because we're in football and you're meant to be this macho man, and you're meant to, obviously, the old days it'd be, I don't feel too good, and it'd be like, oh, man up, but I think, and I'm hoping times have changed like that, and as you say, you're seen as a man, and you're meant to be like the breadwinner in the relationship, you're meant to be strong and be there for everyone, but not realising you needed somebody there for you. And I think that did play a massive part in obviously my relationship and where I went, what I went through and where I am today. And it's easy as well. You don't go and see somebody, you can speak to someone, a family friend, a loved one, just tell them you're not feeling good, can you have a coffee, can I have a chat? It's nothing to be ashamed of. And as I say, I think it's one regret for myself personally that I just wish I'd spoke to people a lot sooner.
On sort of current affairs at Morecambe, it was your 40th birthday this year.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. A couple of weeks ago, it was 40.
Couple of weeks ago. You're at Morecambe. You're chasing down 100 goals, I reckon. Are you any talk of retirement, or
no?
You want to stick around to try and hit that milestone?
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, to hit the milestone. I'm just looking at trying to do my best for the rest of this season and see where it's a bit of a sticky patch at the minute. So, me personally, I want to help the team out and do as much as I can, get us up that league table, and who knows what next season will bring. But as you say, it is. I've been here 8 years now, record scorer in the league here. It would be nice to get to 100. Is it impossible? I don't think so. But only time will tell.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, thanks very much. Pleasure to meet you.
12 men each day are lost to suicide. That's the starting lineup and the manager of your favourite team each day. If you wish to let a friend know you're worried about, or you just want to have a chat yourself, follow the links in the description. The best way to be a supporter is to like and share these videos. The more views we get, the more revenue that's donated to CAM, and that helps them keep men alive.
We've been coming now for season tickets for about 15, 20 years.
Yeah, but we've been supporting them since the 1960s.
Yeah.
The big thing that we did was get in the league after years of trying being a non-league club.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever expect to win the league or anything like that. Our main goal is staying in the league.
Bumped into you outside the ground. You're here raising funds. You want to talk to me about what you're doing here today?
We're raising funds for Team Reese Children's Brain Tumour and Cancer Charity. Reese is my son, and just over 2.5 years ago he was diagnosed with an anaplastic astrocytoma, which is a grade 3 malignant brain tumour. Unfortunately, he did succumb to that on the 18th of January this year. One of the main reasons that we need to focus on childhood cancers are that there's over 200 different subtypes, and unlike an adult's cancer, even if they have the same diagnosis, a child's cancer is fundamentally and genetically and metabolically different.
There's a lot of work to be done, and I guess how can the viewers help you and the cause?
We're at Team Reese. You can type that into Google, our website will come up, on Facebook, and share the posts, share the information to start with, because awareness is what gets us off the starting grid.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so everyone needs to go and type Team Reese into Google and get onto Facebook and help the cause, certainly. I wish you all the best. Hopefully you can raise some awareness and some funds today and enjoy the game.
Yep, fingers crossed we win.
From my neck of the woods, back in North Wales, but you live up here in Morecambe?
Yeah, that's it. I was born over in Bangor, brought up in Anglesey, and now moved over to Morecambe for work.
And you come and watch the game, you have a season ticket?
I do, season tickets. Ever since I moved up here, decided, you know what, they're now my local team, so I'm going to go cheer them on, support them.
Yeah.
Make sure we get down here week in, week out, and regardless of how many defeats you win, you just keep coming back week in, week out. So the first Morecambe game was going back a couple of years before that.
All right,
I actually came up here for a holiday.
Yeah.
And it was a game where they played Rochdale, beat them 3-0, and Kevin Ellison scored an absolute screamer. So if you never get the highlights for that game, thoroughly recommend that.
And we can go on the whole sob story about different owners, and we talk about the club, longest serving manager, met Kevin Ellison. But the most important thing about Morecambe is apparently you have award-winning pies, and I was actually told yesterday they won the most recent award for the best pie as well.
Pie in the Football League.
So what are the pies like?
Well, I have to say different class. I've done a bit of ground hopping myself, and I have to admit, never disappointed by the pies.
What pie should I be trying?
Well, you used to have the favourite, chicken ham and leek, but the steak and ale's the award-winning pie. So if you're going to go for anyone, that's the one to go for.
So I'll probably try both. Really great to catch up with a few of the fans and Kevin a little bit earlier. Now it's time for the first half, and I'll catch you at the end of the first half when I'll be trying one of those famous pies. Can't wait. as promised, to try a bit of an actual famous pie from Morecambe, award-winning pie. What pie did you go for?
I went for the meat and potato.
Meat and potato. Me too. I had the meat and potato with gravy and mushy peas. So let's do the true test.
Be rude not to try both, wouldn't it, sir?
Kind of ruined your half time by making a video.
Fine by that.
3048 3561. If you get any of those,
Beautiful.
I think they'll claim it in the club.
That is actually a really, really good pie. So we're going to capture the second half, and I'll see you after the game.
What a game here at full time. Whew, 3 goals, massive 3 points for Morecambe. Really good game. I'm getting really lucky on this journey. I'm catching loads and loads of goals. A really good day today as well. It was really nice catching up with some fans, getting to know Morecambe a little bit more, and also a big thank you to Matt at the club and everybody at the club, actually including Kevin, for getting involved and actually contributing to the video. A massive thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.